welcome back to another episode of Last Week in Comics, where I tell you about the last week in comics. And boy, can I not stop winning this week. Okay, we'll get to the Wyatt Wingfoot of it all. So, as you know, I have taken a very strict anti-Marvel stance on this channel. At first, it was because of the boycott against Marvel Studios and Marvel as a whole for the inclusion of Sabra in Captain America 4. Of course, they did not remove Sabra from Captain America 4, but also at the same time, Captain America 4 cost them a lot of money. Which is a good thing, because clearly, and hopefully, you know, you can only hope that the MCU will take the correct lesson from this, which is we don't want Zionist propaganda in our fucking comic book movies. So right now, currently, the BDS boycott list, although it does not directly include Marvel, a lot of people still continue to boycott it because, you know, obviously, if they didn't fucking take her out, then why should we be supporting them going forward? Personally, for me, and this is like the whole thing about it. It is up to the individual person in this case. Personally, for me, Marvel has shown time and time again that they do not care for voices like mine. They do not care about their queer characters or queer representation. They do not care about, you know, Muslims at all with the shit that they've been doing with Miss Marvel. They don't care about brown people. They don't give a fuck about actually doing diversity unless they can make a quick profit off of it. And, you know, everyone's been talking about it. The Marvel books are sitting on shelves. None of them are good right now. However, there is a little asterisk with that. I have been keeping up with Fantastic Four. Part of it is because I want to support friend of the channel, Ryan North. Specifically, his run got me out of a very personal, deep, depressive state. So I have always been very supportive of his work specifically. And clearly, he has listened to me. Because Wyatt Wingfoot is back officially in comics. And it's just in time because I'm finishing up the draft for the Wyatt Wingfoot video essay. It did take a little bit longer than I expected just because of my own personal bullshit. It is coming out next month. But now I have to amend it because Ryan North just did another Wyatt comic, and okay, this is probably the only part of Marvel I'm going to talk about. I do not agree with the company fundamentally. I don't agree with them putting Sabra in Captain America 4. I was staunchly against that because I think that character should not have a place in Marvel. I know I've read the original Hulk comics. It was a very pointed metaphor, or any showing of Israel as something that can coexist with the Palestinians is fucking wrong and is Zionist propaganda, okay? Let's just put that out there, okay? I do not agree fundamentally with Marvel right now. However, I personally agree in supporting Ryan North. I don't think that, like, he is a great writer. I definitely recommend you check out his Flash run when it comes out in March, or his previous Crypto, The Last Dog of Krypton that he released earlier, or last year now. But as the Wyatt Wingfoot historian, I do gotta talk about Wyatt. That, like, my breaking point of talking about at least some Marvel, or at least the Marvel that I know cares about, or at least the part of Marvel that I know cares about keeping diversity and keeping, you know, keeping just diversity at the forefront, which Ryan North's Fantastic Four run has been doing since its inception. I want to continue to support that, and I especially I've been enjoying this book. This is the only good book that Marvel's been putting out for, like, the past 2 years, so let's be honest here. And it's only made better now that Wyatt Wingfoot's back. Wyatt Wingfoot is back, and he is at least going to be in the next couple issues, because the main Fantastic Four is off-world. Johnny's like, hey, Wyatt, can we talk? Hey, you know how, like, multiple times I've asked you to stay with my family and, like, help them, you know, help out with the kids, like, while I'm gone? I'm asking that again, please. And goddamn, did it sound like a love confession to me, but I am not gonna say that. Goddamn, Johnny Wyatt, this much close to getting canon. And it's really funny, too. And I know that there was a couple other people saying, like, oh, I gave Ryan North a Wyatt Wingfoot reading list, a while back ago. I can't believe he listened. Do you know how much I've been asking this man about Wyatt Wingfoot? Do you know how many times I have... Because I keep this to Blue Sky because I don't use Blue Sky as, like, a platform for anything. Most of my stuff's on Twitter, but I do send, because I know Ryan North uses Blue Sky, I specifically post my reviews about Fantastic Four just there and nowhere else. Do you know how many times I've done I've talked about his issue, I've talked about something I liked about it, and then the immediate next comment is something about Wyatt Wingfoot. I've been doing this to him for over a year now. And like this whole thing harkens back to specifically Wyatt's role in the slot run, where he was kind of like that extra family member of the team. It appears that, at least for the Invisible Woman arc, Wyatt's back. Wyatt is officially back in comics after since 2023. It's been 2 goddamn years without any new Wyatt Wingfoot issues. I feel like I'm going insane right now. And that also means that I can't finish the Wyatt Wingfoot video essay officially. Or we're gonna figure it out. Let me know what I should do about the Wyatt Wingfoot video essay, because it is going after every single one of his appearances. And I am having to, like, cut out certain bits that I had planned originally, because I could not possibly, like, figure out a way to, like, to put it into the script. Like, I think I actually don't have his appearance in Ultimate Alliance written down officially, and it's a very brief appearance, so it's not like missing anything. So I might have to do a follow-up to the Wyatt Wingfoot video essay. I don't know. Let me know how the fuck am I supposed to do this, because I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. Thank you, Ryan North. Thank you for everything you've done. I don't know how I'm supposed to do this anymore. So we're gonna have at least once a month, we're gonna have a Wyatt watch where I just tell you what he's doing. That's it. That's all I can say. Don't support Marvel right now. Go read Ryan North's Flash run when it comes out in March. God, they even have a reference to the panel in 138, I believe, where he picks up Johnny and just bear hugs him, and and like the even crazier thing that they put in there is that Johnny has custom postcards that are just like glamour pics of him flexing that he's been sending to Wyatt for God knows how long. When are we going to be honest with ourselves about Johnny Wyatt? When are we going to be honest with ourselves and just make it canon? I hope that the fall of the MCU happens, one, because I do think it's a piece of American propaganda that should not be allowed to exist, but number 2, because if the MCU falls, then Johnny Wyatt becomes canon. And I know that sounds insane, but it's accurate. It's accurate. If anyone knows about Dan Slott's run, it's fucking accurate. Anyway, that ends our segment of Wyatt Watch. We'll be back next month to tell you what Wyatt Wingfoot's been up to. I feel like I've injected like crack directly into my veins. I have not, by the way. I don't do drugs. But it feels that way. Because also, like, separate note, so I collect Pokemon cards because my niece got me back into it. Because I used to collect as a kid, now I'm an adult, and now she wants to start collecting. So I collect with her because I'm like, I find this fun. I like Pokemon, I play the Pokemon games. So we went to my card shop before the storm, like the giant snowstorm that's supposed to kill us all hits, and we got a pack of the Japanese Mega Dream, which it hasn't released in America yet, but we got a pack of it. And then I pulled the card I really wanted from the set, like my dream card from the set, like literally first box. It was only like the second pack we fucking opened. And Stack's gonna put it on screen. I fucking pulled the one I wanted. There's only like, I love this set, by the way. I'm going to be pulling more of it. But like, that was like the one, like the absolute, and I also specifically wanted the Japanese version because I thought that the text looked better on it. I can't stop winning this week. What is happening? Anyway, let's start off with talking about DC Comics. So, the big issue that I want to talk about for this week is, of course, Wonder Woman issue 29 by Stephanie Williams, who you might know from the Nubia comics and Warriors of We Wonder. I personally know her from Living Heroes, the living single parody she did with the Marvel characters, and Wyatt Wingfoot's in it. We're doing 2 for 2 on Wyatt Wingfoot mentions. Yeah. Okay. So Wonder Woman 29. So this is a part of a 2-issue sort of arc where Tom King is not on Wonder Woman for once, which means I get to talk about it and I get to actually enjoy the book. Because reminder, Tom King is war criminal. He helped plan the Iraq invasion. He said he would do it again if he could. This is just who he is as a person. First off, it's really great to get a female writer back on Wonder Woman. Of course, we all know that Kelly Thompson's Absolute Wonder Woman has been doing amazing. Again, a female-led voice. And Stephanie Williams really does bring a certain sisterhood to Wonder Woman that has been severely lacking for the past 2 years that Tom King has had the book. You know, of course the plot is that now, Lizzie, I'm gonna have to talk about her. Lizzie and Diana have been kind of just weary from the past couple issues. They land on Amazon because Diana's I just need a minute, which is a completely normal thing for specifically a mother to need, is just a minute where someone else can take the baby and she can just kind of relax. Diana specifically says I need to recenter myself, which I think is a very specifically female experience that you don't understand if you're a fucking war criminal who kills women and children for fun. But I digress. So she's can you guys take, she's to Nubia and a lot of the other Amazons. Oh shit, it's starting to snow now. She specifically takes her to Themyscira to have her be watched over by the other Amazons while she kind of recenters herself. Just, Stephanie Williams gets Wonder Woman in a way that not many other writers do. And it's no shock, especially when she's worked on Nubia for a while now. She understands the Amazons specifically to such a degree where it's literally questionable why DC hasn't put her on the mainline Wonder Woman book permanently. I don't know, she just puts so much life into, Donna. Well, first off, Donna, Cassie, Yara, Nubia, and there's also a couple other Amazons that I wish I had more of a knowledge on every single individual Amazon to name. But, first off, they're back in the book. Which I don't know why, as Wonder Woman fans, we have to be, our bar is so low that just them being back in the book and being mentioned is worthy of note. But second off, she adds so much life to them and really has such a distinctive voice for each one of them that I feel even in their other appearances in this book, they have been lacking severely. Yeah, they're actually alive instead of just being murdered for the benefit of Lizzie. And it really goes to show how much Stephanie Williams is perfect for taking over Wonder Woman and specifically doing the things that DC has implored Tom King to do. Because for once, this is the first fucking time I've ever heard anyone say anything positive about that fuck-ass baby. This is the only time. And people were pointing out, a lot of what is built into Lizzie is, why she's constantly getting siphoned off to other characters is because she's not made for Wonder Woman's character benefit. She's made for the benefit of Superman, of Batman, of adding a third member to the biological children trinity, because I am calling it the bio children trinity because again, they have other fucking kids. I don't know what the obsession is with biological children in these books, but whatever. It kind of is nice to get that recentered back to the Amazons, you know? Because essentially for a lot of them, it's just having a second Diana. Especially because Lizzie has the similar, like, Clay origin. Essentially, the plot of the next 2 issues is that there's someone trying to cause both disruption in Lizzie and Themyscira as a whole. And she's on the cover of the next issue. It's weird how much better of a book this feels with Stephanie Williams being on this issue. Like, it's genuinely fucking crazy to me that just that one change has made the book so much better. Like, I even think, like, the art got so much more lively. Like, I do, and this is more of an issue with whoever is the colorist for this book. I do think that they do have a problem with coloring black women specifically. They kind of wash them out as gray, which has been a problem with just the coloring of this book was not great, I will say. And I'll put that at the forefront. But I do feel like the actual illustrations feel a lot more dynamic, a lot more lively, and probably because you don't have Tom King in your ear being like, oh, we need to be Watchmen, we need to do the 9 panels. Look, isn't it so cool I can do the 9 panels without having anything to say? Go buy issue 30 when it comes out. Don't buy any books past that. Tom King is back on the book, and he's making it about his weird OC instead of Wonder Woman, yet again. Goddamn. DC, please, for the love of God, listen. DC, please, for the love of God, for once, listen to your goddamn fans and take King off of Wonder Woman. Like, you're squandering literally your biggest hero. And I know people are like, oh, but Batman, but Superman. No, literally your biggest hero. Literally, your biggest hero. Fucking UN ambassador Wonder Woman. And I know, oh, but she got removed. Who cares? Who cares? The fact that a comic book character became an ambassador for the UN is fucking weird. It's a weird piece of comic book history that only Wonder Woman has claim to. Okay? Let's be honest here. Fucking stop fumbling Wonder Woman, DC. And fire James Gunn while you're at it. He's gonna tank the DCU. Mostly because he keeps on fucking hiring Tom King for no reason. Like, what is happening? When did this become Thomas King Comics? Anyway, the other big book is, unfortunately, I have some qualms about talking about this book. It is DCKO Green Lantern Galactic Slam. So, personally for me, I knew going into it, I don't like Jeremy Adams. Jeremy Adams is a Trump supporter. He's a racist dickwad. I don't like him. And seeing that he made a Hulk Hogan parody, a guy who's known for being a racist piece of shit, yeah, that makes sense. So really, for this issue, I want to focus on the art. Because I do think that the artist behind this issue, Tormey and Boutin, did a really good job at sort of portraying wrestling. Like, I feel like they did a really good job at, like, how they made the moves very dynamic, how they made them very, like, grand in scale. I do like the panel where, Kyle's like, well, I guess I gotta hit someone with a steel chair. There is one sort of problem I have with it, which is Kyle Rayner's fit, his wrestling outfit that they give him. So, Kyle Rayner is at a very, good position for a wrestling-styled issue. He is one of the two Latino Green Lanterns. The other being Jessica Cruz. And with that, again, there is a very large wrestling culture in Mexico specifically, okay? You know, we have CMLL, we have Arena Mexico, but we have, like, absolute luchador legends like Rey Mysterio, Ultimo Dragon. I'm gonna start talking about Bandito because he's gonna be up there one day. But, like, there's a very strong luchador culture. Like, Rey Mysterio, single-handedly, literally one of the most famous luchadors in existence. And this is the fucking mask you give Kyle? You fucking give him some, like, second-tier Simon Baz mask? Rey Mysterio's mask is so fucking common in in just luchador culture in general. Just off the top of my head, people who have some form of a Rey Mysterio mask, Rey Fenix, Penta. Although Penta is also Octagon. Penta's also based off of Octagon as well. But isn't Octagon's mask also? Case in point, there's so many luchador masks based off of Rey Mysterio specifically, to the point where literally, like, you just have to do the basic shape and everyone would think Rey Mysterio, okay? He is one of those people who, it really only because of the fact that he is more recent in the memories of people, he is, fucking Blue Panther. I love Blue Panther. I'm sorry, I'm still thinking about wrestlers. But like Rey Mysterio is one of those that is so ingrained in pop culture that like anyone who's even the most base level wrestling fan knows him. Okay? I won't say that he's on the level of like Hulk Hogan and John Cena, but I feel like it's a missed opportunity to not mention the most talked about luchador when you have your Mexican American character doing a wrestling issue. And, like, AEW is one of those companies where you can do that and you're not gonna like, you already have the Hulk Hogan parody, and AEW fucking hates Hogan. You're telling me you can't do a Rey Mysterio sort of deal when, like, mind you, the founders of AEW, when they ran, the first All In.
Why are you talking about AEW right now?
Because AEW has ties with DC. Like, I'm mentioning that, like, if they're concerned that, like, AEW is gonna be, like, mad that they're not using or referencing one of their wrestlers, like, it doesn't matter. Rey Mysterio was at the first All In.
Sure.
Like, it's fucking Rey... Like, it's a missed opportunity to not include Rey Mysterio, okay? But anyway, was it a fun issue? I don't know. I didn't actually read the words. Was it fun artistically? Yes. Except, like, Jesus Christ. And I kind of get what they're going for, but, like, could you maybe, like, lean into either more of the Ultimo Dragon references? Or, like, I don't know how into wrestling the people who worked on this comic are, so I might be asking for a little too much, but, like, everyone knows fucking Rey Mysterio. Come on, guys. We're just gonna, like, list off the rest of the comics that came out for DC this week. I did not read any other ones, as you can tell by just me in general and how I read things. So, and just a reminder, I do this because there is always a comic for someone, and I want the comics industry to grow and be able to support itself and local comic book shops. Just because I don't read a book does not mean that it's a bad book. It just means that, personally for me, I don't really care for it. Case in point, the 3 Batman books I'm going to list off. So we have Batman Superman World's Finest number 47. Oh, they're doing more with, like, that whole Batman Superman fusion character. That's all I know him as. He has a name. I do not know it. Then we have Catwoman number 83. I know that the Catwoman book is good. I just personally don't really... Like, it's a lot darker thematically, and I do really like the character work it's doing for Selina. I personally just only buy, like, one Gotham City Sirens book, and I am putting all my money onto Poison Ivy right now. Then we have Nightwing 134. Fuck, they're doing some Flying Grayson shit there. They're doing some Flying Grayson shit there. Nightwing's the least favorite of the Bat Boys for me, so I don't personally read him. But I know that there's people who enjoy Nightwing. I know that there's a lot of people who are satisfied that Tom Taylor's off of his run. Technically, this is Batman, but it's Batman adjacent. We have Titans 31. Titans is still currently tying in with DCKO, and personally, I just have not been enjoying this event. But like most events, or at least some events, maybe the tie-ins are better than the actual book.
Word is they're not.
Word is they're not? They've really fucked up this event from all regards. Jesus. And last but not least, Superman Unlimited number 9. I did not think that this book was going on for this long. Anyway, Dan Slott, are you going to put Wyatt Wingfoot in there? I don't know how you could possibly do that, but, like, I think it would be funny. Just have a guy who looks like a brown Gene Kelly, and that's good enough. I did actually flip through this. They're still doing the stuff with the gold kryptonite, and they're introducing a new villain he's like a little cyber guy with a little suit, and I'm like, okay, I guess that's what we're doing now. I don't particularly care for Dan Slott all the time, but Dan Slott is also one of the few writers who remembered Wyatt Wingfoot exists. So, double-edged sword. It's like how I feel about John Byrne sometimes. Like, it's the William Shatner, like, they can never make me form an opinion on you. Next up, we are going on to the indie books. Now, specifically, if you are going to your local comic book shop and you still see this in stock, Image Comics, of course, released another issue of Sorted Crisis Events. It's issue 8. If you've been enjoying a lot of Den's Camp's other works, I definitely recommend you pick up this issue, particularly in physical, if you're able to. Because, fun fact, so the physical copy of this book is printed on newspaper. And so you can fill in the comic yourself. Like, they have unfinished panels and, like, different things for you to fill in. And I think that's really interesting. Look, I personally have not been keeping up with the Sword Crisis events as much as I should be. I read a couple issues. I read specifically the randomized Benjamin Button issue, just because I found that really interesting. And it's a very interesting depiction of a lot of diseases like Alzheimer's and stuff, and like dementia. And I enjoyed it. I think Assorted Crisis events are good. I just need to not be depressed constantly, so I cannot read it consistently. So please go check it out if you can. Try and buy it physically if you can. If you can't buy it physically, buy it digitally. But support it if you can. Go out to your local comic book shops. I think a lot of them sold out of this issue. Assorted Crisis Events is doing insanely well. And then I'm going to skip down to IDW. There are 3 books I want to mention from my favorite indie publisher, IDW. First up being Starship Godzilla. Issue 4 came out. It's incredible. It's Starship Godzilla. It's Godzilla in space. Not Space Godzilla. That's a different thing. I've been hearing incredible things about it. If you like mechs, if you like Godzilla, go check it out. It's good. Next up, we have Star Trek The Last Starship, issue 4. So, I know that Stack recently has been doing a lot of Starfleet Academy videos. I need to start doing Starfleet Academy videos because I'm enjoying this series a lot. Shout out to my boy Jaden. Shout out to my non-binary Jaden's actor. Shout out to my second favorite, he, they. You might be able to dethrone Speedball. You might. There's a possibility. Speedball? Don't you dare disrespect Kevin Knight. Don't you dare break up Jet Speed. Anyway, but Star Trek The Last Starship kind of, it is the end of the Star Trek timeline currently. It is the last starship that Starfleet's, that is heading out of Starfleet. Kirk's there. It's a good time. I know that they're doing a lot of interesting character work, specifically with the Andorian. My mutual Brit mentioned it in one of their videos. It's good. Go read it. And another Ryan North recommendation for this week, because the trade paperback, I believe, of Shax's Best and Worst Day has released. I bought both issues. It's fun. It's like, I love Lower Decks. I think that Ryan North is one of the better Lower Decks writers. Again, Shaq's Best Day won fucking so many comic book awards, which is insane for a single issue to do that. Again, Ryan North, fantastic writer. Go check out Shaq's Best and Worst Day. And I should have said this when I was talking about Den's Camp as well, but reminder, any writer you like out of the big 2 probably has an indie comic that you can go read, and they will be getting more back from that than they would be their typical big 2 stuff. So go support their indie work as well. I particularly also really like, and Ryan North doesn't do this in Fantastic Four, he does do this in the Lower Decks comic specifically, but he puts little anecdotes and little, like, fun facts at the bottom of each page, and it's really fun and interesting. Next up, we are going to talk about some release announcements. Solicits for April have now been released, so let's go over some of the highlights so you don't have to scroll through this giant list. Okay, so first off, this is one that you should not buy because Jeff Loeb is a racist hack who can't fucking write, but they are doing Batman Wonder Woman Truth, which is going to be written by Jeff Loeb and art by Jim Chung. If you remember him, he did do a lot on New 52. Like that's where I remember most of his art from. And don't buy it. It's Jeff Loeb. He hates Asians. Like he just dead ass, just straight up. I don't know why Jim Lee keeps on willingly working for him, or why they keep putting Asian artists on his books. That is weird to me. Then, of course, I know that it's unprecedented for me to mention ongoings on when I'm talking about solicits, but I do want to mention Absolute Wonder Woman 19. It kind of reveals that Diana's blue lasso is the lasso troika, and people are now speculating that means we might get Absolute Donna Troy in the near future, which I would fucking love. I hope that we get more of the Wonder Girls into Absolute Wonder Woman. If the mainline comics aren't gonna do shit with them, who cares? Like bring them over here. Also, I do want to also mention, Action Comics, 1097. I know I said it's precedented, we don't talk about ongoings, but with a book like Action Comics, which kind of does, like, mini arcs, it's kind of important. But more important to say that Booster Gold's there for some reason. Like, Booster Gold, Mary Marvel, and, Martian Manhunter with, Superboy, Adventures of Superboy Superman when he was a boy, which is very odd. I don't know why that's happening. And then, this is a new announcement that I am extremely excited for. I think Jazia Axelrod, known DS9 fan, by the way, she did tease this, and then now we officially have the announcement. She said that she had a new book coming out, and we get the official synopsis: Justice League Intergalactic Special. It's actually written by Jazia Axelrod and Nicole Maines. Nicole Maines of Secret Six, the best mini that's come out of DC in fucking years. Anyway, so first off, I want to talk about the lineup of this team. So front and center, we have Star Sapphire, aka Carol Ferris. I am so glad that she is away from that fuck-ass man. And of course, the obligatory, because this is a Jadzia Axelrod and Nicole Maines book, we of course have Galaxy and Dreamer. I'm excited to have them back. Reminder, there is another Galaxy book coming out, Galaxy as the world falls down, as the sky falls down. Something like that. Stack's gonna pull it up, that you should be pre-ordering. We always love to see the girls. Next up, we have, fucking Adam Strange, which, you know what? As long as we can get further and further away of the fuck-ass book that was Strange Adventures, I'm all for it. And then Green Arrow's there. I don't know why he's there. Why is White Man here? I don't know. Well, I guess Adam Strange is also White Man. I'll give him a pass just because he has had his reputation irrevocably ruined by Thomas King, so he can be there. I don't know why Green Arrow's there. But anyway, personally, I'm excited. I'm always excited when Jadzia Axelrod and Nicole Maines get back on books. They are some of the best writers at DC right now, and if anyone tells you otherwise, I will personally fight them myself. Also, we are getting a Bizarro mini, it seems like, or at least limited series. So it's Bizarro Year None, written by Kevin Smith and Eric Carrasco, with art by Nick Pitara. More importantly, they had Dan Mora do 2 Weird Al covers. And I feel like people are focusing more on the fact that we have Weird Al Yankovic covers. One of Bizarro Weird Al, where he's normal Al, instead of the fact that we are getting another Bizarro book. Oh yeah, no, I should bring up the fact that Zatanna issue 1 is coming out in April, by the way, the new mini-series by Jamal Campbell. There's also a Firestorm one that's also coming out in April. We are getting the first sort of wave of the second wave of DC Next Level in April. We also have Swamp Thing 1989, which is 4 issues that were previously unreleased of the original 1989 run of Swamp Thing. They're re-releasing them starting with issue 1 in April. So if you like the original 1989 Swamp Thing, go check it out. I know that Stack is only interested in Jeff Smith being in there. Speaking about more books by Ryan North, because apparently this is the Ryan North special, we have Mad About DC. It's listed in solicits that it's written and drawn by the usual gang of comic book creators who need the extra money. But Ryan North did announce separately on his Blue Sky that he will be writing a snippet of it. Of course, this is an anthology book. I will be the first in line. I liked, Mad TV that was appearing on Cartoon Network. I fucking loved that show as a kid. Quite literally, sign me up. I'm probably gonna go submit my submissions for to my local comic book shop to make sure that they hold this for me. We also have another anthology book coming, Supergirl The World, which, oh my god, I'm so glad we have more Supergirl stuff. And more importantly, Supergirl stuff that does not involve Thomas King. Because the first one, and the one I'm most excited for on this list, is Mariko Tamaki. I loved Mariko Tamaki's Supergirl special from a couple years back. I love Mariko Tamaki in general. Don't you dare mention I Am Not Starfire. That is just a portion of what she can do as a writer. She also put Wyatt Wingfoot in an issue of She-Hulk, or of Hulk issue 11 from when she was doing it. Anyway, I love Mariko Tamaki. I'm very excited that she is back on Supergirl. Lineup of artists and writers on this book sounds fucking phenomenal. I cannot wait. I hope we continue this trend in DC of not doing like, oh, we have to change the comics to fit the movies, and more, we're just gonna keep greenlighting stuff that like is vaguely like related to the movies in the comics, because that means we get more Supergirl books. And I'm hyped as hell. Oh, also in April, we get, Ngozi Ukazu's, Orion book. Now if you remember, this writer previously had done a Barda book. Now the Orion book is coming in April, and I am so excited. Keep your eyes out for Supergirl The World and Orion. They're gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Oh, we're also going to start talking about indie announcements that have piqued my interest. More importantly, the fact that IDW is going to be launching a comic series for Starfleet Academy in the spring, called Starfleet Academy Lost Contact. It's going to be 5 issues. I'm super excited because I do feel like the one thing that Starfleet Academy could really benefit from is more expansions of a lot of characters. Again, where's my Jaden episode? I know it's coming, but like, I expect, like, okay, so the first 2 episodes were all about Caleb, fine. Because the second Caleb episode also established his Betazoid love interest, fine. We'll take that. Okay, the second episode, or the third episode was about Darum, Raimi, and Genesis, which I love Genesis. I could do less with Darum. It's like a worse Julian Bashir to me. He will get better. I say he's the worst with, like, love in my heart because he is meant to be the asshole. I'm expecting an episode on Sam, and I'm expecting an episode on Jaden because, like, why are we splitting them up this way if we're not going to have a Jaden episode and a Sam episode? And Jaden's episode better feature Kyle. Kyle better actually be in this book. I don't know if he is. Like right now, the 2 main people that we know of who are on the covers is Genesis and Jaden, so let's see Kyle. Let's see Kyle soon. Anyway, that's all I have. I've been doing too much talking. This video's long. I'm sorry, Stack. I love you. Anyway, up here is your next recommended video is another episode of Ash and Their Fantastic Friends, my live show I do every Saturday, 9 p.m. EST. Our last episode was a D&D one-shot that we all did, DM'd by our good friend Renna, based off of Dimension 20's Unsleeping City. So if you're interested in that, go check it out. We do other random shit on that live show too. Is it a episode of Last Week in Comics? Is it comics terminology? Is it, I don't know what else there could be at this point. Is it a YouTube short? I don't fucking know. Down here is is the rest of the playlist for Last Week in Comics. I've been doing this for literal year, or like a year now at this point, okay? We have been doing this for so long. I have covered entire series in that time, so go check it out. Over here is the subscribe button. Of course, there's going to be more comics terminology videos. If you have any sort of comic book questions that you want me to answer, leave them below. I will talk about them. And of course, next month, the Wyatt Wingfoot video essay will be coming out. I don't have an exact date planned. It's just gonna kind of show up on my channel, and we're all gonna pretend like I planned for it to happen on that day. Okay? But please go subscribe. I'm still gonna continuously do content like this, and I always have a good time. I don't know why I added that. I'm running out of things to say, I think. Okay, anyway, Wyatt Wingfoot, or Wyatt Wingfoot video essay next month. Woo! And cut.